Hello, so today I'm going to be talking about the Safe Center LI. They're a community violence agency located in Nassau, Long Island. That's where I live, so it's a pretty local organization. Yeah. So just a little intro. The Safe Center LI is an organization that works to support victims of all kinds of interpersonal violence. They're mainly an online organization. They do possess a physical address, but it was kind of hard to find. I had to do some digging on my own. That was one kind of thing about the website that I would have maybe fixed. But they have a ton of online resources. This is their URL. They have a phone number, a hotline number, an email. They also have a fax number, and they do have a online text chat that you can reach at their website. So their mission and goals. So the SCLI's mission is to not only support and empower victims of domestic violence and sexual assault, but to also combat and create a change to the systems in place that might allow for these types of crimes to exist and persist within the community. Their history. So the Safe Center LI was not always one sole organization, but rather it was the product of the combination of two nonprofit organizations, the Nassau County Coalition Against Domestic Violence, or CADV, and another nonprofit, the Coalition Against Child Abuse and Neglect, CCAN. Although both organizations held missions in providing support for individuals fallen victim to family violence or sexual assault in both adults and children, the benefit to combining these organizations is faster and easier access to resources in the event that a victim requires support. During this time, victims are super vulnerable, and seeking support should be a quick and painless process. Supporting needs of the community. So the needs of the community that this organization works to serve is that of support, providing safe shelter and justice for victims of interpersonal violence. This organization clearly states that they do not discriminate against any race, religion, sex, ethnicity, sexual orientation, familial status, or marital status. They work to create a positive, welcoming, and safe environment for individuals who, through trauma and experiences they may have fallen victim to, no longer view the space that they inhabit as a safe one. In addition to this, as stated previously, another need of the community that they serve is that of a voice. An organization and a collective entity, they are seen to have more power and standing within the community. They can provide a voice to those who feel as though they are not heard. Within this, with this, they work to bring down systems that allow for interpersonal violence to persist within the community in order to make it a more safe and welcoming place. So, the TSCLI's purpose in existing within the community is to make known that victims of interpersonal violence are not alone, and what has occurred to them will not be swept under the rug. With this specific organization, who, although encompasses a wide range of interpersonal violent cases, mainly works within domestic violence and sexual assault. Oftentimes, and even within the LGBTQ plus community, interpersonal violence can occur within the home and within relationships, no matter the orientation of the individuals involved. This organization works to provide support to those who may feel isolated and without resources or options. They work to empower these individuals and show that there is safety and shelter within the community that they can seek in the event of falling victim to interpersonal violence. Organizational services. So, as you can see here, they maintain a plethora of services for victims to utilize if comfortable. These services include a 24-hour hotline that can be called at any time with no name or identification required. This is really great for individuals if they don't feel comfortable doing so. An online chat with specific hours of operation, a center for child advocacy services, crisis intervention, individual and family medical emergency counseling, and so on. Levels of operation. So, the local organization mainly works in two levels of intervention and prevention, the primary and tertiary levels. Within the primary level, as talked about within the text, an organization will work to prevent interpersonal violence from occurring. They work to further the safety of the community and lead toward prevention by utilizing and cultivating systems that prevent violence within a community. In regards to the tertiary level of intervention, an organization will work in administering care and support to victims after an interpersonal violent situation has occurred. They work to rehabilitate the victim and provide a safe environment for them while meeting the needs of support they may need. The TSCLI works in doing both of these things as stated in their mission and resources available. Not only do they provide various services to ensure victim support needs are met, and they find themselves in a secure environment where they can no longer fall victim to a situation that they were in prior to contact. This organization also works to identify systems in place that are allowing for the facilitation of interpersonally violent situations to occur and put a halt to these systems or combat them. Accessing services. If an individual wishes to utilize the TSCLI support resources, they can get hold of them by utilizing their URL link online or contacting their 24-hour hotline when they see fit and if it is safe for them to do so. A client can also make contact with their representatives through email or even fax, and they can also be found on Facebook and Twitter, and individuals also have the option to subscribe to a newsletter if they wish to do so. Monitoring progress. The agency works to ensure that their interventions are working and that they have been effective in their rehabilitation efforts by conducting yearly reports in which they condense their yearly statistics. They provide a contrast between the cases that they receive a year and the successes that they've had in providing support within these statistics. Through their counselors, they are able to monitor this as well as keeping diligent note of the stats in these areas. Overall thoughts, I thought it was a great website. There were some little tweaks I would make as far as making the chats available for longer times or having not so specific areas of operation. And yeah, I think it's a great program and a great step in the right direction. And my possible changes were, like I said, the 24/7 access would be great, and also just making their address a little more visible on the web page. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.